Hello guys, Walter's the Anglo-Saxon here. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about my meps experience. Now, my meps experience might be a little different from something you'll have, and especially different because I had to go to a completely different state. Now, as long as you've been cleared to go on criminally all that from this point, you'll go to MEPS, which is Military Entrance Processing Station. I'll talk about what they'll all do. So, I went to my recruiter station at 6, 7 in the morning and waited for a van. The van came up and he checked your ID, and we got in the van. After we picked up all the recruiter station's people, there was probably 12 of us, and you go with people of all branches. So that's a good opportunity to talk to other people. You know, why did you decide to join this branch? What job are you doing? Benefits, just so you can get an idea of what other people are going through and why they did the things they do. So, it was a 7-hour drive from Las Vegas, Nevada to Salt Lake City, Utah. After we got to Salt Lake, we went to the MEP station there, and some people had to take the ASVAB. So we went through security and put our stuff in a locked room, and some of them took the ASVAB. But the ones of us that had already taken their ASVAB or were there for something else, they could go back to the hotel. So I took the van back to the hotel. After that, I got checked in and everything. Got my room, I was pretty chill. I just relaxed, was on Facebook for a few hours until dinner. When you get there, for me, there was a special area in the back where all the MEPS people go. I assume if you have to travel far for MEPS, they'll have something along the lines of that for you. It had gaming stuff, movies, all that, and this is where the woman that ran it gave a briefing to all of us. Breakfast tomorrow is at this time, be there, drink 3 cups of water, eat healthy. And so we took all that, and we also had to watch a video about MEPS in general. So after that was all done, the people who hadn't ate went and ate, went to sleep, woke up at 4 o'clock, I want to say. After that, I went down, had some breakfast, bananas, apples, all that kind of stuff, good stuff. They have a whole bunch of stuff they bring out just for the MEPS people. They haven't actually started breakfast yet, but since we need to eat and drink, they have it all set up. And they were really nice there. I can't remember what hotel it was, but it was just a regular hotel. So we went there, ate, then we went back to the little MEPS room in the hotel. We made sure everyone was there, and then we went to this little side room, and you could see there was a bus outside. She called the bus driver called our names, and then we got on the bus. Now there were more people at this point because some of the people from Utah and all that can come to MEPS as well. So we got on the bus. It was super cold. This was November of 2016. It was like a 5-minute ride. It was right by the MEPS station. We got out. No one really knew how to form up. I did, because I did JROTC in high school, but they just kind of had us stand in rows, and then one of the people that works at the MEP station called your name, and you went up into the building, took off your shoes, put your back on the conveyor belt, and it was scanned through the computer, and then you went through and put your bag in a locked room with cubbies in. After that, you got your fingerprinted. You got your fingerprinted, and then you got your folder that you needed for all your eye stuff, hearing, all that you'll get. It goes in the folder, and you carry that the whole time you're there. So that was in the front part, and then we walked back and took a left and went through a door, and there was a lady at a desk, and she gave us a sticker. Now there were 3 stickers: green, yellow, and red. And basically, green means when you go talk to the MEPS doctor, green, you'll be good to go. Nothing's happened to you. It's fine. Yellow means you might have sprained your ankle once, or there's something questionable that you haven't shown the MEPS people that you should have. Something along those lines. But you'll still be okay. It'll take maybe 5 to 10 minutes for you. And then there's me. I was a red dot. Now, I was a red dot because I had acute bronchitis early last year and had to take an inhaler for 2 weeks to get better. It went away. I'm fine now. I ran cross country in high school, track, all that, so I knew I was fine, but the military really bugs out about that kind of stuff. And then I also have essential tremors, which is just the nerves in your hands never cease to move, so your hands always shake. It's kind of like Parkinson's, but it doesn't get worse and worse and worse over time, generally. So we went in and we got weighed first, checked our ears, all that basic health stuff when you go into a hospital that they do, same kind of thing. And then we went and got our eyes checked. Now, I have glasses, so I already knew what it was going to be. Now, after that, we went out, sat down, and we waited for the hearing test. The hearing test is basically just, they take you into this room. You're with 4 or 5 other people. You put on a headset, and he will tell you, he or she will tell you, there will be sounds that'll come in through the headset. Now, you have to click when you hear a sound, and then it'll get fainter and fainter and fainter. If you don't pass this, you're not getting in the military. Now, it's not permanent for you to not get in the military. I just had a guy in my depths that was gonna ship out August 22nd, and he didn't get cleared for his hearing when he went to MEPS, so it's pushed back. But we have a MEPS station here in Vegas. I don't know why the Air Force or the military in general doesn't send its people to the Vegas MEPS station instead of Salt Lake City. It would cost a lot less money, but I'm not the person doing that. Now, after the hearing, you sit down and you wait for something no one wants to go through. MEPS doctors are some of the worst people, not worst people, but just, they're looking for anything to not accept you into the military, because we want the best of the best. And maybe they take their job a little too seriously, but who am I to judge? That's not my area of expertise. So we sat down, we all waited, we talked. There was a TV on in the MEP station. We watched TV. The greens went first, green dots, and then the yellows, and then finally the reds. It took maybe an hour and a half for me to finally go. And at this point, it really sucks if you're a red dot, because they're already going to have lunch in the mess hall, and then they talk to their liaison officer. So, yeah. And then I went in, talked to the doctor. He asked me a few questions. I answered them. All good. I mean, it wasn't all good, because I was a red dot, but it went through fine. I'm here now. And then we went out. Now, this isn't the order of how I did it, because I just forgot to tell you, but I'll tell you now. After the hearing, you will go and get your blood drawn. And they'll test it, make sure you're all good with that. And then they will tell you at any time in a 3-hour window, I think, you can go and take your urine sample. For me, we went in there, went to the urinal, peed in the cup, closed it, handed it to him. There was a little window in the bathroom. We handed it to him and walked out. And also, the first thing, I forgot to mention this, the first thing after you get your dot, pretty much, you go into this room and a guy gives you a brief about MEPS and everything, and gives you the whole spiel, you know, it's good that you're joining and everything else. And then you sign a piece of paper, your name, area code, city, and then it asks you, have you ever been suspended? Do you have anger issues? Have you ever wanted to commit suicide? 8 or 9 questions of that. And then if you answer yes to one of those, then the MEPS doctor just, you will write out what you did. So the MEPS doctor reads it over. Nothing on there, and they will tell you nothing on there will get you disqualified from going in the military, unless you know you like killed somebody or something. But I really couldn't see that happening. So after all that's done, then you go and you eat in the mess hall. Now I was a red dot, as I told you. So at this point, everyone's done ate. Excuse me. And the guy who made the food for us was already gone. There was a soda on the counter, but that was it. So I had to go to my liaison officer, and I got a little box of food, some chips, a cookie, and then I got my soda, and I sat down in the mess hall and ate. And then I went out and sat down. Now, the really messed up thing about this is they hadn't told me that I was not medically cleared yet. They had told my recruiter that I could go and get physically cleared with MEPS, but I would not be able to pick a job or anything else until I got medically cleared, and I didn't know what to do until I got back. So I just sat in the chair and waited for everyone to get done. Now it was kind of sad for me, you know, because you can watch the new Deppers swearing in this little glass room with the American flag and I believe the branches flags and the POW flag behind it. The parents can come in the room and videotape or take pictures of their son or daughter swearing in, because it's a pretty cool time for your son or daughter. And then past that, you get on the van and go back to wherever you're from. Hopefully for you it's not a 7-hour drive. I would hope not, because that really sucked, but it can happen, I guess. Alright, well, thank you guys. Peace out.